A movie studio is scheduled to the releasing of 6 films. F G H J K L. No two of these films can be released on the same date. The release schedule is governed by the following conditions. F must be released earlier than both J and L. So what that means to me is that F is going to be here, and that's going to be in a position before J and L. Now, if you guys like the way I came up with that diagram, just put the F here and then signify J and L, meaning that F has to be both J and L. So with that information said, I'm going to go ahead and put what you consider as much as possible fill out this first answer. Which of one of the following cannot be true? So F is second, F is third. Okay, based off this data, we need a little bit more. K must be released earlier than J, so K before J. And J must be released earlier than H. So, not that hard. So K earlier than J, and J earlier than H. So basically with that information, we're going to go ahead and follow it accordingly. And the last condition, so it's going to be L must be released earlier than G. So L must be released earlier than G. So I wrote down the conditions over here: F before J and L, K, J, H. Actually, let me see if I can just put H here, so that way I don't have to like look at the bottom one. And that's gonna be a whole lot better than I'm looking at that one. Okay, so I can move this one up, I guess. Okay, so K, J, H, and L before G. So let's see if I can put any of these together real quickly. So we got F, G, L, so it could be actually so this one could be what we consider F, and this could be before J. Ooh, should just put that. So F before L, and L is before G, and then it has to go with K, J, H. So J is gonna go over here. And then we have KJH, or FJH, I should be saying. So, which of the following cannot be true? So, look for which one cannot be true here. F second, if we have 6 positions available, F could be second or K could be first. Now it says here K and fifth. According to rules, it's K before J. So K is before J, then it has to go JH. And in a 6th position, K is going to have a hard time going 5th, so I'm going to go ahead and select E. Answer E, 5th. So what I did right now is came up with a quick diagram for question 1, and I went ahead and put it in where you considered setup world where the bold ones cannot move. So I got F, K, J, H, L, G. I have the rainbow showing that they can go back and forth, kind of like a coin flip with each other by the side. So I can go L, H. The ones that are bold are not going to be able to move out like J, because J has to be before H. So that's going to have to be in that position. G is not going to be able to move out because G is going to be what you consider in a position to be after L. So now we have these variables right here that we can work with. So let's go ahead and answer another question. Which one of the following must be true? F is released earlier than H. So if you look at the board here, you see F is over here and H is over here. And according to the rules, F has to be before H. If you looked where you can see F is before J and J is before H. So technically, F cannot be what you consider after H. It has to be what you consider before it. Answer A, F is released earlier than H. Question 3, if G is released earlier than H, then which of the following could be true except? So I have to put in a game world where I'm going to see physically G is released earlier than H. And to make that possible, I'm going to put G here, and then I'm going to put H over here. Then I have to make sure that L is over here. So let me put G here, H in the end. I'm going to put a position of L. Then I'm going to put in a position of F, J. Then I'm going to put the last variable that I need is going to be K, and that's going to be in here. According to the rules, it's going to be F, J, K. It needs to be before J, so let me make sure that K is before J. So F is going to be first, K is going to be before J, L is going to be before G, and then G is going to be before H, and then it's going to go J, H. So this one right here, we're going to have G before H. So let's go ahead and see from this world which is could be true except. So G is released fourth. If G gets released fourth, that means it puts it's going to be putting the L's, so that's not going to happen. So let me see, take out J is 3, K is second, L is third. Can L be third? Technically, yeah, L can be third. L can be fifth. If L's fifth, that means G is going to have to be what you considered in a position. We could release L or G fourth if we would push back L here and then put G in this position. However, for choice E, L can be fifth. If you think about it, L is going to have a fifth hard time to go here. If we put L in this position, number 5, fifth, it leaves G to split before before L, and that's not good. Also, if we put L in the 5th position, I don't see how G is gonna be coming before H, because the last position is gonna be for H, and then we put L. The G is not gonna be allowed. So let's go and choose choice E. So answer E, L is released 5th. Question 4, if Blubber is released earlier than K, which of the following could be true? So we're going to put what I consider L in a position that we here, and then we're going to put K in a position where it could be released after. And let's see, according to rules, J, H have to come in a position. L before G, so according to the rules, they want L before K, so for this question, so L, G, and then we put F here. This meets the standards. F, L, G, J, H, K is before the J and H. So here we have a game board where we have L before K. Let's go see if we can answer this question. Which of the following could be true? L is released third. I don't see it. L is released fourth. I don't see it. H is released earlier than L. I don't see it. J is released earlier than G. I don't see it. J is released earlier than L. I don't see it. Let's do a little bit of coin flip here. So I'm going to use a coin flip tactic right now, where I'm going to make sure that K is here. Now I'm going to see if L has this ability to do either coin flip or rainbow method. L before G, F before L, so made a second world. In the second world, G and J have the ability to go back and forth, and they'll still follow the conditions. So if J is released earlier than G, it is possible to rotate these two. So this one would be possible true. Answer D. J is released earlier than G. Question 5. Which of the following episodes suited for the condition that F must be released earlier than both J and L would have the same effect on the order in which the films are released? With substitution questions, really difficult. Try to see what you can right now on the board. One thing that I noticed is that if you draw a line, F is before K, but it's not only because K can be before F. If K is before F or as a only, that kind of puts everything else in order. All this right here after K is already in order. So let's see if we go through the choices here. A, only K can be released earlier than F. So basically what that's saying is that if you flip here, you will see that K, it would be in the first position and F would be in this position, meaning that all the rest of these game boards after the second position will already be in order J, L, G, H. So that would kind of only have the same effect. Let's hold on to that. K must be released earlier than L. No, because if you look here, it's not. F must be released earlier, first or second. That is a good one, but it doesn't really, just because F's in first or second doesn't really put this condition in play that F is before J and L. So no, because you see that L is in the kind of second here, so F is either first or second. That's not really gonna work. F must be reached earlier than K and L. That may work as well, but once again though, it doesn't really establish the L position though. So no, either F or K must be released first. That is kind of what we see right now. However, if you would put the first choice, only K can be released earlier than F, that would place K here, and then we could put F here. Then it could be J, L, G, H, which still has the information consistent, and it'll still come in play. So if you put K in front of F, they'll definitely keep everything else here in play with the J has to be before H, L has to be before G. So let's go ahead and choose choice A. Choice D tells you that F must be released before F must be released before K and L, but it doesn't really tell you about the J though. It doesn't really tell you that the J has to be after F, or F has to be after F has to be before J. So choice A works out with K being released before F, because that doesn't really change any of the other rules at all. So if you choose A, the answer will be A, only K can be released earlier than F. If this video helped you out, please subscribe so I continue making more. The application of a 7th job candidate, F, G, H, I, K, L, M will be evaluated by 4 human resources. R, F, T, U. Each education will be evaluated by exactly 1 officer, and each officer will be evaluated by at least 1 application, subject to the following constraints. Grant's application must be evaluated by U. So G, U. F application must be evaluated by the same officer who evaluated Lopez's application. So F and L. To get a better visual of the representation, let's go and look at question 1 and see what we're communicating about. Okay, that's way better. Okay, so we can go to play it one at a time. So G application must be evaluated by U. So that's correct. That's correct. That's correct. Choice E has I, so let's take that out. F application must be evaluated by the same application who evaluates Lopez's application. So F and L. F and L are separated, so let's take B out. F and L. F and L. So hopefully this makes sense right now that we did 2 at a time right now. Neither H application nor M application can be evaluated by the same officer who evaluates I. So H, M cannot be what you consider evaluated by the same officer who evaluates I. So I'm going to go ahead and cross this out right here. And when I cross this out, this means that it cannot be what you considered evaluated. So that's crossed out. Now, while it's crossed out, let me see if I can look for it real quickly. So H and M. Alright, and so H M right here. So H and M. So in C, it is being evaluated, so let's go to remove C. So right now we're left with 2 options. Right now, let's see if it's these 2 help out. The officer who evaluates K application cannot evaluate any other applications. So I guess K is going to be in position by itself. So K, usually by itself, I could just put isolation brackets. And so K needs to be by itself. So K is by itself in A, and K is not by itself in D. So process elimination is brought us choice A. Answer A. So this is gonna work out. I'm just gonna go write the last condition down. Smith must evaluate more of the applicants than T. So for that one, Smith, triple X, T, 1X. And here I have what you consider the conditions. And with this being met, I have what you consider successfully filled out the first game piece and got the question correct. So from there, I'm just going to go ahead and copy it down. Question 7. If H application is evaluated by R, which one of the following could be true? So here we have H is evaluated by R. So let's see if we can go ahead and use this world. F application is evaluated by R. No. I application evaluated by Smith. No. K application evaluated by R. No. L is application evaluated by U. No. Application evaluated by T. Let me go ahead and see if I can make one of these work here. So G and U, which meaning that G belongs to U. Okay. F and L have to be together. So H and M cannot be together. So H and M cannot be together. So I cannot be with the same person that owns H and M. So then M could be here. Wait, no. Wait, S needs to have more items than T. So let's see if we can do something with G. So G has to be with U. Okay, so then I is gonna have the. To be honest, let's not move M around. Let's go ahead. And grab I, and with I, let's go ahead and do that coin flip, or it could be I could be here, or I could be down where it's at. Sometimes people use a rainbow or side rainbow, so it indicates I could be here, I could be there, so it doesn't have to be both. Okay, so with that being said, let's see if this meets the rules. G and U, F and L together. I or H and M can't be with the same owner, H and M, so H and M's over here. So I could be with T and U. S has more than T, and this will still work out just good. So we're using kind of like the first world over here. Let's go ahead and go through this one more time. I application is evaluated by Smith. No, we don't have that right now. So we really didn't do too much here. Let's go ahead and see if we can do something with F and L had to be together. So to be with Smith. Well, if we want, let's go ahead and put another world here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put R with H and M. Now with S, I'm gonna put F, L, I. Now with T, I'm gonna put K, and with U, I'm gonna put G. And according to the rules, that H and M are not in ownership, but the same ones as owns K, or owns, yep. G belongs to U, so that's working out. Let's get rid of this bar right here. A lot better now. And H and M are not the same ownership K, and more S than T, so it works out. Okay, so with that being said, let's try to use this world right now for what you have for the number 7. F application is with R. No. I application is value as Smith. That could be true right there. So let's go ahead and choose that one for the answer, if we could. So for question 7, answer is going to be B. I application is valued by Smith. If you guys don't see it, if you look at I right here, you'll see that it's owned by us. I'm going to go ahead and shade it for you, so you get a better visual representation. So there you go. Let's go ahead and see, since question 7 was actually answered over here, I'm going to go ahead and put 7 here. And we're going to go ahead and move on to the next question. Question 8, if exactly 2 of the applications are valued by T, then each of the following must be true except. Okay, so I had 2 valued by T, so I'm going to go ahead and use this one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of I here, and then put I in the top box. So that could be Also, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna I'm gonna try to see if I get one more variable in here. I don't want it to be I either. I want it to be so let me go ahead and use this one right here. So I should be putting another game board right here. So let me see if I can use this one. H. So I'm gonna use, I guess I'm gonna use F L I K G. So I'm going to be using the game boards where T has two pieces exactly, and that's kind of going to be here. That's also going to be here. And if we really wanted to, for an emergency's sake, I guess F and L have to be together. So I can actually be in a position to be in here and float back and forth. So if I wanted to, it doesn't have to be H, it could be M too as well. So let's just make sure that we know all possible routes that H and M have the possibility to go back and forth with each other. Okay, so exactly one of the applicants is evaluated by R. That is true. Exactly one of the applicants is evaluated by U. That is true. F application evaluated by T. I don't see that in either one. D, I application evaluated by S. That is true. If you look right here. L application evaluated by Smith. That is true if you look right here. The only one I don't see is choice C. Since I don't see it, go ahead and select it. Answer C, F application is evaluated by T. Question 9. If the officer who evaluates M applications does not evaluate any other application, which one of the following must be true? So the officer who evaluates M is trying to be in an isolated position. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and do some changes here. So I'm going to go ahead and modify the game board here and put in and then I'm going to put HK on top with F L I, and we're going to put that G at the bottom. So I got this game board right here where T is evaluating 1. Once again, go back to using this game board, modifying it again, putting the I right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and what I like to do, give you a better view of what I'm looking at. So basically the officer who evaluates M does not evaluate any other. So M needs to be by itself. So M is going to be here. And if we really wanted to, could rotate here, and we could use this game board as well. And if we really want to, we can use this game board too. And this is kind of like what we did right here. So we have M by itself in this game board. So let's see how this works out. If the officer who evaluates M does not evaluate any other, which the following must be true. M application is evaluated by T. That is true. Lopez application evaluated by Smith. That is also true. So kind of it's actually by T. That's not true. I is valued by Smith. That's true. H is valued by Smith. Not true. Okay, so let's see for the I valued by Smith. That's not true for this one if we would have flipped it. So let's get rid of that. So okay, so we're left with two choices: F valued by Smith, M valued by Smith. So if Yeah, that would be true. M by T, L valued by Smith would also be true. So what about if we were modified this? We would also have so regardless, we still have being in position where it has to be modified by T. However, can also go over here and do a flip as long as it's not with the same ownership as I. And then you have M with R instead of having M with T. But regardless, though, F and L still have it to be in there with S more than L be with S. So there's more L in having to be with Smith, because if you look at this world right here, M could be with R and then H could be with this S. So M does not have to be with T. Take that one out. So final answer here is going to be L with Smith. Go ahead and choose that as the answer. Answer B, L application is evaluated by Smith. Question 10, if F application is evaluated by the same officer who evaluates I application, then which following could be true except. So we want to see what F application is evaluated by the same evaluation as I. So we're looking for F and I. And we see that this world has F and I. If you guys don't see it, I'm going to circle it. And this world also has F and I. I'm going to go ahead and put a check next to it, showing the F and I. This world has F and I too as well. Check. Okay, so we're going to use 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so for this, we're going to say application value by the same as I, then any one of the following could be true except H application is valued by U. Well, we see that is also, I don't see in any other world here at all, so let's go ahead and choose that one right off the bat. Before selecting it, go ahead and see if it works out. So H is valued by U, so I put H here. U, G has to be with U. H and M, K has to be by itself. And also the last condition, S has to have more than T. So let's go ahead and apply this as much as possible right now. So we see it does work out here. So let's go ahead and see. So that works out. That's not going to be except K is evaluated by T. So K is evaluated by T. That's also working out. L is evaluated by U. I don't see that working out in any of the worlds right there at all. And the worlds that we created were F is evaluated by the same officer who evaluates I, meaning that F and I are together. We don't see L with U at all, so let's go ahead and choose that as the option. Answer C, L application, C, L application is evaluated by U. Question 12, 11, if F application is evaluated by R, so we look for F to be evaluated by R. And if we don't see it, we gotta make it happen. So let me go ahead and make this happen real quickly. So F and L have to be together. And with that being said, U has to be with G. From our understanding, K can be by itself. And I is not allowed to be in the same position as the H and M. So I'm gonna put I, and with I can't put it with H and O. Let's see if I can put I here. H. That way I have L with R. K is not by itself, so I'm gonna put I with G, and that way now I have S has more than 2. So we can use this word right here for number 12, 11. So if application is valued by R, which it is right here, for those of you guys don't see it, I'm going to go ahead and try to move my mouse around it. Then how many of the other application is identified of the officer who evaluate is fully determined. So if F goes to R, then for how many of the applicants is it identifiable for them of the officers who evaluates fully determined. So okay, so that's good for 1 for L, so I'll just put a dot right there. Let me go ahead, choose 1 dot. All right. Now, H and M. G has to go with U, so that's gonna be 2 right there. K has to be by itself, so that's 3. And then S has to have more than T, so 4. And I guess they're asking for how many applicants. So I see, right now I see possible of 5 applicants already. And the reason I say 5 is because L has to go with R, H and M has to go with S, T has to be by itself, so it goes K, and I is going to go with G this time, and G has to be with U, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Answer E, 5. And for those who don't know, applicants are going to be the F, L, H, M, K, G, I, and they're asking for those applicants of how many it can be determined of the officer, and the officer is going to be R, S, T, U. And you can already tell by if F has to be with R, that's already determined for L. It's already determined for H, K, G, and also one of these variables, well, which makes it 5. If this video helped you out, please subscribe so I continue making more. A 6-week literature course is being planned in which 6 books, F, K, N, O, R, and T, will be discussed. The book will be discussed one at a time, 1 book per week. In addition, written summaries will be required for 1 or more of the books. The order in which the books are discussed and the selection of the books to be summarized is subject to the following conditions. No 2 books that are summarized are discussed consecutively. So we're going to put X right here. That means consecutively. Let's go ahead and draw that line and cross it out. So with that being said, let's go and look for it right now. So, no 2 books that are summarized are discussed consecutively weeks. Okay, so everything's going to be in order, that one. Next condition, if N is not summarized, then R and T. So no 2 books that are summarized are discussed in consecutive weeks. This one right here does have it discussed in consecutive weeks. TO are summarized and are discussed in consecutive week. So go ahead and remove it. The first condition takes care of C. Now for the next condition, if N is not summarized, then both R and T are summarized. choice D has N, not summarized, but it has O in there. It's supposed to be R and T, so go ahead and remove it. Third variable, N, is discussed earlier than T. And T is discussed earlier than O. Now let me go and make sure that everything looks good right now. So that this needs to be summarized, and this is for the summary. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to write down a quick summary. So now that I have it down NTO, let's go and look for it. We have TNO, so go ahead and get rid of choice B because T is going to be before on it. We don't want it like that. Alright, last condition. F is discussed earlier than O. And O is discussed earlier than both K and R. So let me go ahead and move this down if I could. And okay. So for this one, since it's gonna be O is gonna have K, and this one's gonna have R. So now we have all the conditions. Let's go and look for the last one real quickly. That way we can make sure that it's all being applied. So F before O, and you've looked at choice E. F is after O, so process elimination brings us choice A. And another method, all these conditions all meet standards. So this question right here meets all these conditions. There's two methods. Kind of like an interdisciplinary approach. So answer A, F, N, T, O, R, K. With the two books summarized, it's going to be T and R. And I'm going to go ahead and bold those two, the last two right there. So now that was going to be for question 1. Question 2, 13. If N is the second but discussed and is not summarized, then which one of the following could be true? So N is going to be the second one. Okay, so I have N here, second one. I'm going to go ahead and bold it just to make sure that it's it can't be really moved around. And which one of the following could be true? And remember, it's not summarized. So according to rules, if F's not summarized, it has to be we consider T and R, or R and T. So I'm gonna go ahead and ball this. So we already got some data information put in. Let's go ahead and fill this in. So if you see right here, this one actually works out to this world. So let's see if we use this world as well. So which of the following could be true? F is summarized. That is true. K is summarized. Yes. O is summarized. Yes. T is discussed earlier than F. No. Because if you look here, F is after T. The third book is discussed as not summarized. No, because if you look here, it is summarized. So now we have down to these choices right here between F, K, and R. So according to the rules, if N is the second book discussed, T and O must come after it. And with that being said, you have a strong chance of O being in there. To continue this question, we already know that if N is not summarized, then automatically S for R has to be summarized, and in addition, T has to be summarized. We also know one thing as well, that the information it's gonna have since C and R are gonna be summarized, no to what you consider summarized books can be consecutively. So O is not going to be allowed to be summarized, and also K is not going to be allowed to be summarized, because if those two were summarized, it would put them in consecutively next to T and R, and that means that only F is going to be what you considered in that option. So for this matter, only choice F is going to be allowed to be summarized. For this answer, go ahead and choose F, because if you choose O, it's not going to be allowed to be summarized. And also, because it's next to going to be summarized, and also K is in the same position as well. The only one that's going to be allowed to be free is going to be F. Answer A, F is summarized. So for question 14, let's go ahead and generate what you consider a world where O is being summarized. And in that world, we wanted to see which cannot be true though. So right now, we're gonna see if O is summarized. With O, it's gonna be in order F, T, and N have to go before O. So O is gonna be in what you consider the fourth position. And now that we have a world where this works out, let's go ahead and see. A museum curator is arranged 7 paintings. M, P, R, S, T, V, W. The paintings will be arranged in a horizontal row of 7 positions, with the first position being closest to the entrance and the 7th being furthest from the entrance. The arrangement is subject to the following constraints. So this is going to be what you consider 7. So I'm going to put the number 7. The first condition is going to tell us that T must be closer to the entrance than W. So basically what that's telling me that since there's 2 entrances, T is either going to be closer to the first or last than W. So let me go and look for that real quickly right now, where W is closer to the entrance. W and T should be matching up, so that's not okay. Second condition, the R must be closer to the entrance than M. So I guess we're gonna do this again. R, R, with exactly 1 other painting between them. So what that means is that we need to keep in mind that R and M are gonna have what you considered 1 painting between them, and we don't know which that 1 painting is. So let's go and look for that right now, where R is closest to the entrance, and also that the there's 1 painting in between. So I'm just closer. Let's get rid of that one right now. R is closer. Actually, they seem to be at the same. Let's go ahead and get rid of this right now too as well. So R is definitely closer. M's not close. So let's go ahead and see if we read this right. The R must be closer to the entrance than the M. So R is closer to the entrance than M. Oh, the entrance to M. So keep in mind, the closer to the entrance, keep it the first, and the what you consider the furthest way is going to be the 7th. So let's go ahead and do this really quickly if we could, and you'll see how quickly this is the way I'm doing it. So T needs to be closer to the door than W. So let's look for W where it's closer than T, and here is the same. So let's go. We'll consider T must be closer to the entrance. So So basically, they want so W cannot be before T then. So here's W before T. So get rid of choice B. Now it's saying that R must be closer to the entrance than M. So we're looking for M where it's closer. M's closer to the entrance here, so get rid of choice A. Let's see if we can continue on with the third condition now. The P and the S must be next to each other. So if I could, let me go ahead and go P and S. And let me see where they are not next to each other. So they're not next to each other here, so get rid of choice D. And from here, just to make sure that the conditions are professional, we have T, W, T, R closer to the entrance than M. Exactly one space in between R and M, and also with P and S being in a position that they have to be close to each other. Do the rainbow, not a problem. So the last condition is going to state that if B is not in the third position, so that's going to be kind of interesting to put down. So basically what that one's telling us, so if V3 is not, it must be in the fourth position, so V must be in the fourth position. So if V is not in third position, V must be in the fourth position. And let me make sure that I got my crossing out. I like to do my crossouts in red sometimes just because it signifies the difference between it being removed. So now we're going to have what we considered a game board here. So let's make sure that fourth condition can get rid of one of these choices here. So if B is not third, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 4 here, so that's good. 1, 2, it could be 2, so let's see. Then it must be in the fourth position. So if B is not third, it must be in the fourth. So basically, let's choose choice C. Kind of makes it C. So we're gonna go choose C, and the answer for this one's gonna be C. R, T, M, B, W, S, P. Really important. Whenever you get the correct answer, go ahead and copy it down on the game board, because one thing you're gonna find out is that this piece right here that you're copying down is going to work for the remainders of the questions, and it's going to help out when you want to refer to a new world or come back to a world that has one of these answers to it. Question 18, if T is in the 7th position, so T is going to be here, they're asking us right now, which one could the following T can be? So S is in the 7th position, so we're gonna put a game board where S is gonna be the 7th position, and I'm gonna try to be quick about it by putting S in 3 worlds. Now, keep in mind that I'm gonna choose these game boards that's gonna kind of be equivalent to the first world. So I'm gonna go ahead and just use the first world real quickly and go ahead and rotate this one right now and see if I can answer this question. And this one is gonna be which of the following could be the position. So it's kind of like could be true. So T is in the 2nd position. That actually could be true right off the bat. Let's go see. And the reason why I say this is because you look at this game board right here. T's in the 2nd position, and all you have to do is just flip these two right here, kind of like a rainbow that switches or a coin flip to the side. And these two can trade places, and everything's still being ranged. So go ahead and choose this answer since we already see it. And we got that one correct. Moving on. If the P is in the 5th position, which one of the following must be true? So we're going to put P here. And I'm going to try to be quick about it and put S next to it, but I can't put S where you consider it all on the right sides because that would kind of be one-sided. So I created what you consider 2 worlds right now, where I have S on top, S at the bottom. If I need more, I'll put another one. So let me go ahead and fill this in as quickly as possible. I'm going to put W here. I'm going to put V here. Now I'm going to do this little coin mirror. And for those that don't know what a coin mirror is, I'm going to go ahead and write it down. So it's just kind of like I came up with this phrase. You're just gonna grab the pieces on top and just kind of do it like a what you consider a mirror flip. And with the mirror, you're just gonna flip it at the top one to the bottom just to mirror it. And also you can do it with the bottom ones too as well, as you can reflect it. So for this Game Boy right here, I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of the variables. So I'm going to put considered SPs right here right now. So I'm going to put VW. And let me use my coin mirror to put in R, T, M. And with the coin mirror, it's kind of quick and accurate. So let's see if we can go ahead and answer some of these questions. Which of the following could be true? M is in the 4th position. We see it not. So remove it. R is in the 2nd. C not. S is in the 6th. I do see it right here in the 6th. So go ahead and choose that for right now. And the reason why I say I choose that, because if you look at that world that we created in the first one, this is going to be the 6 after the line. The line separates 5 and 6, and you see 6 right here. For guys that don't see it, I'm going to go ahead and circle it. And you see that S is in the 6th position, and this must be true, so we do see it right now. And the 6, we'll go ahead and choose it. Answer C, the S is in the 6th position. Question 20, anyone could be in the 3rd position, except I don't like answering these questions. I like to skip these ones, come back, because we don't have enough what we consider worlds to answer this question. Right now it's asking which, for this position right here, for this could be considered number 3, so I'll go ahead and put the number in if you guys don't see it. Number 3, they're asking which one could not be. We already see it's M, so go ahead and remove that. According to the rules, R space M and T has to be closer to W, the door, and then R has to be closer than M. So R and M had to be closer. So right away, that tells me right now that if I can visually input it, R, put a 1 space here, number 1. And then I'm going to put W, because the rule says that R has to be closer than M, and there has to be 1 space. So that 1 space could be, honestly, the letter T. And then that 4th spot could be W. The reason why W can't be in the 3rd spot, because of there has to be 1 spot, and also W can't be before T. So that kind of forces W not to be in the 3rd, number 3. So let's go ahead and choose W. Got the answer E, W. Question 21. If the R and M are between both T and W, which one of them could be true? For us to be able to answer this question, we need to come up with a world that has this information, as you can see, like the data in place. So for this, I'm going to create this world right here, and let me go ahead and put a number it so it looks more organized. Now that we have this organized, let's go ahead and answer this question properly. They want to know which of the following could be true. So if it's true, just go ahead and just pick it right out. If it's not, don't choose it. The P is in the 5th position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You do see it. If you guys don't having difficulty seeing it, I'm gonna go ahead and circle it for you. If you see it's in the 5th position, if you count, P will be in the 5th. So go ahead and choose that one right now. Answer: the P is in the 5th position. Question 22. If there's like one painting between T and W, which one of the following must be true? So this one's a must be true question. So this one's, I'm going to create a world where there's one painting between T and W, which you see right here with the R in between it. And right now, let's just go through the choices. M's in the 7th position. That is what you see could be true. Let's see if it must be true. Let's go ahead and verify that information. Make sure that what you considered, no other information is going to be able to be established. So with that being said, we can actually see what you consider a opportunity for the letter M to be in the 6th position, and you can kind of tell from there that it doesn't have to be must be true, because in the second world created it, it's in the 6th position. So let me go ahead and organize this real quickly. And now that we created a second world, we kind of see that that's not necessarily must be true, because it could be in the we consider 6. Go ahead and remove that one. P is in the 1st position. That can actually be rotated, because if you look at this Game Boy right here, technically P and S can go ahead and rotate, and they have the ability that S in the 1st and P is in the 2nd. So go ahead and remove that one too. R is in the 4th position. You see, is the 1st one. It's in the 5th. So go ahead and remove that. T is in the 2nd position. T is not going to be 2nd. V is in the 3rd position. We see that is actually true across both worlds, and I'm going to go ahead and circle it. That V is in the 3rd position. So that's kind of like a must be true, because it's true in both worlds. So let's go ahead and choose that. And answer E. The V is in the 3rd position. Last question, 23. If T is next to V, which one of the following is a pair of paintings, and which one mentioned first must be closer to the entrance than the one mentioned second? So if V is next to T, so in this world, V is next to T, so we can use this world right here, the circling, and I guess we can only use that world right now at this moment. So it's asking, out of these two pairs right now, the first one must be close to the answer to the second one. Let's go ahead and create 2 worlds where we're going to see that T is next to V. And these 2 worlds we have right now that we created, T is next to V. And this is going to be for the question 23. This could be the last question here. And with that being said, I'm going to go through these answers one at a time. So make sure we get it correct though. So P is close to S. Technically, no, S and P can be switched out, and then S can be close to the answer, so take that away. R and W. Technically, R and W. R is closer. R is closer. So yeah, that must be true. T and V. With T and V, V is actually closer, so no. Go ahead and remove that. V and T. B and T, no. We see the R and W are actually closer. WR. WR. We don't see W. We see RW. That's more specific. RW. So let's go and choose RW. And let's do a process elimination to make sure we get it correct. And answer B, the R and W. So that was going to be for the 4th game set. Let's see how well we did with the 4th game. And we got all the questions correct. If this video helped you out, please subscribe so I continue making more.